Hey everybody, Brian again from Minnesota Creek Honey. Continuing our series on the BeeBox by Paradise Honey and the assembly of the different systems. What I have in front of me today is the 8-frame Queen and Nuc, or Mate and Nuc they call it. And what it is an 8-frame box that has 3 dividers in it to make 4 2-frame mating nucs out of one box. And then that box can then again, by moving dividers around, be moved, changed into 2 4-frame nucs or 1 8-frame BeeBox for winter. So it's kind of a cool system, usable throughout the seasons. To start putting it together, we have our bottom boards. Similar to the 10-frame box, it has similar components. We have 2 of the screen meshes that go in this. And then we have 2 of the bottom drawers that slide in. So to put them in again, like we did with the other one, they just set in top. There's little grooved out sections here, right inside there, that they sit down in quite neatly. Then, to make sure that they're in there secure, like we did last time, I'm just gonna take a couple of screws and I'm just gonna put, there's little cross rails here. I'm gonna put 1 screw on that one and 1 screw on this one. Again, no need to make sure it's super tied down. Gravity's help holding it down. This is gonna hold it in place. And then after being used for a little while, the bees are going to fill in around the edges a little bit with propolis. It'll help hold it in quite neatly. So again, we will screw that in there. And on the other side, okay. Then the little plastic slidey things, drawer slides, they go in from the side on this one. So there's nice little offset grooves in there for these to slide into, to keep the air draft from going up into your hive. And if you're using this as a mating nuc, 4 2-frame mating nucs, I would slide those in because there's not many bees keeping that brood warm in the middle chambers there. So we set the box up like that, or the bottom board up like that, and then it has the entrance reducers, has 4 of them because there are 4 entrances on this side. Similar to the 10-frame box, they have 2 slides each on them. They slide in from the ends, and then you can slide them around back and forth, close them up, do whatever you want to make the entrance as big as you want. And I'm going to come around this side of the table just to put them on easier. And if you look on top of here, you'll see little grooves in the edges. So the bottom edge with that flap up goes here. And it fits quite snugly down in here. Okay. Then you will put 1 of these on each side in these same same spaces. You'll see the grooves in them. Flip it around, put another one in this side, and then flip it around to the other side and slide that in there. Okay. Now what these do, when we put the boxes on top, it allows you to open or close the entrance on any one of the 4 sides. So if you're going to use this as a mating nuc, 4 separate mating nucs, you'd open them all up. If you're using it as a single box, you would close them all but 1. If you're using it for a 2 4-frame nucs, you would open up 2 of them just to give them the entrances. Okay. So we have that done. Then we'll go back up and we will put the boxes together. The boxes go together exactly the same as the other boxes. The differences in them, if you look on the front and back rails, they have little grooves here. 3 different sets of grooves on the inside. And that's to allow the dividers to slide in and out. We'll show that later. We'll take the top rail, or the front rail, find the top rail, which is the one that fits this profile. Slide that on. Flip it over, get a bottom plastic. Slide that on. Okay, put it on nicely. Go to the next one, top rail. Slide it on there. Bottom rail, lining up those profiles. Some of them do take a little finicking around with to get them to line up. Push that on. We have them on nicely. You'll again take your glue, put a sparing amount of glue on the flat surfaces, avoiding any glue on these two surfaces on all four sides. But a little bit of glue there. Get your paintbrush or a Q-tip. Spread the glue out very, very thin, very, very, very thin layer of glue on all of these sides. And then we will take our side rails, make sure BeeBox is faced in the same direction on all the components. Line up the mortise and tenon joints, little tap with your hands, flip it over, again looking at the BeeBox logo, making sure they're in the right area, right orientation. They snap together very easily. Any of these components can be painted on the exterior surfaces with any latex paint. So any latex exterior paint will stick to your BeeBox EPS system. And it's important sort of to paint the outside surfaces to protect the outside surface from the UV rays. They are very resilient, and I know beekeepers that have been using these for long, long time without painting them, but they will last a lot longer if you do throw a layer of paint just on the outside surfaces. Don't do the top rail or the bottom rail or any of the inside surfaces. So we have that together. We'll get our wood block, set it on the edge, couple taps there, and the box is together. We will take the box and then we will set it, making sure that our entrance reducers are sitting in there nicely. We'll set it right on top of that. You might have to wiggle the entrance reducers a little bit to get them sitting properly in there. And then if you want to look inside, so we have our 8-frame box on top of our bottom board. If you look down inside, you can see the orientation of things. And then you can see these grooves. They slide down and they line up with grooves in the bottom board on all 3 locations. You then take your coroplast dividers and slide them down in here, lining them up. And then you gotta wiggle them a little bit, get them lined up with the bottom. There we go. And slide them down. And what they do is they divide the box into 3 separate beehives. Or 4 separate beehives, sorry. So you slide them down in there. They create a nice little gap there. And then you slide them in. We'll put the last one in here. And you'll see as I slide it down in there, wiggle it into place, that it creates 4 separate 2-frame sections. And each one of these sections has its own entrance. By opening this, this is the entrance to this one. This entrance on this side is for here. This entrance on this side is for this one, if I open it up. And this entrance is for this side over here. We also have a feeder for this. And the feeder has 4 separate chimneys. It's similar to the 10-frame feeder, but it has 4 separate entries. And it has grooves built into it to accept the grooves on here. So to put this feeder on, You would simply just wiggle it on top, make sure it's nested down there well. And then we have the plastic guard. The guard just slides down into place, nice and firmly, so that the bees can come up their individual chimneys, come over the edge, drink from the reservoir. And then we have our lid that goes on top, okay? And the lid just nests right on top like that. There's also a groove built into this to put a band on, so if you wanted to get your ratchet strap out, put a band to hold it down, you're more than welcome to do that. Or a rock on top. The neat thing about this is you can use it through the whole season to breed your queens in the 4 separate breeding areas. And then at the end of the year, if you want to, you can pull out 2 of these and you could overwinter 2 4-frame nucs nested together in 1 beehive. Or you could pull all 3 of them out and overwinter 1 8-frame box for the winter. Very nice, very modular. All the components nest together very easily. The 8-frame mate and nuc. It is a very nice component to add to your breeding program. So that's our Paradise Honey BeeBox system that we are now carrying in our store. A nice little system if you're looking at starting new or changing your beekeeping practices, trying to make your bees live through winter. Any of these boxes can be painted with any exterior latex paint. The painting of the boxes will help make them last a little longer. It'll help protect the outside edge from the UV rays of the sun. When you're painting them, all you need to do is paint the outside surfaces. Don't paint the insides. The same as if you were painting a wooden box. You're not going to paint the inside surfaces where the bees are. You're just going to paint the surfaces on the outside that are facing the sun. So if you're looking for a new and innovative product available in Canada to help your bees live through our harsh Canadian winter, think of the BeeBox system by Paradise Honey. We have a huge inventory and more on the way. Give the shop a call, talk to Kiara.